Okay, I put up 2 videos of this Napoleon HMF150. They were real short videos. They weren't that good, so I figured I would do a better one and post it. It's burning right now. It's about 40 degrees out. My house is roughly 3,000 square feet, and this unit right here it'll keep my house warm all the way down into the teens. In the teens it struggles. It doesn't struggle, but you have to have a hot fire burning all the time. There's a few things I've found out with this specific model. The air intake is kind of in a weird spot. It comes up over the plenum here and then puts the combustion air out right over the glass here. So it kind of does a circle to the back and then comes back up around, like you could see right there. And then it has the secondary combustion tubes running across the top. So the thing is, if you have ashes in the bottom of it and it doesn't call for heat for a little while and the fire dies down and just smolder, it either takes a while or it'll just stay a pile of coals. It either takes a while to fire back up or it just stays a pile of coals. The thing I found, if it's cold out, I have to do a log cabin style of stack the logs in a log cabin to get it to produce enough heat to keep the house warm. And then with all that extra air that it's getting, it burns. I'd say I get six good hours if it's stacked 2 to 3 logs across the bottom, 2 to 3 logs across the top. I get somewhere around 6 hours of heat out of that before the temperature in my house starts dropping off. With that said, when it's warmer in like the 40s or so, I don't do the log cabin style because the pile of ashes makes it burn a lot longer. So I throw the wood just in and pile it up because I get a lot longer burn out of it that way versus stacking it to log cabin. So I can go 8, 9 hours easy if I just throw the wood in long ways and have a little bit of coals in the bottom. One thing I don't like about this is the placement of the ash pan. You don't really, it doesn't really collect hardly any ashes. Most of the ashes I have to scoop out, and I bought a bucket right there to put it in. I do like it all in all. It is very nice, and I like the fact that it has the option for an oil furnace down there, which I didn't get. I ended up going with a heat pump, and then it's a downdraft system. I have the A coil for the air conditioner and the heat pump right there. The blower right under it, I believe it's a 2000 CFM 220 blower. It's ducted into a duct that runs it over into the furnace, and then it blows up past here. And then right behind here you have the heat exchanging tubes, and that's where all the hot air goes. I've had it for over a winter now. We were able to, this thing will keep a bed of coals for a whole day. If you burn a lot of wood and you have a bed of coals, you know, let it get to the point where it's just a bed of coals, you'll be able to come back 20 hours later and get a fire going from those coals. My wife and I, she works day shift 5 days a week. I work night shift 3 days a week. I have to go. We'll get back to what I was saying. My wife works day shift Monday through Friday. I work 3 12s one week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 12s the next, into Saturday. And we were able to keep a fire going for 4 solid months without having to get a piece of newspaper or anything out to get it going. So it does hold a bed of coals forever. I mean, there's nothing you have to worry about, you know, getting home in a rush. If you load it up before work, when you get home, it will still have a bed of coals that you could just throw wood in and let it take off on its own. I'm very happy with it. Customer service was good. I did have 2 issues whenever I bought it, one of them being the secondary air tubes. The ones that I got when I got it were too long, so they gave me a new set of those. And then I had an issue with the thing that blows, I can't think of the name of it right now, the thing that turns the blower on to take the heat off, that was sticking for some reason, and they gave me a new one of those too, so pretty happy with that. I also did install a Aprilaire humidifier because the air in my house was getting to about 19% humidity, and that was making my kids cough, and it just didn't work out real well. There it is, it's May 14th, it's 42 degrees out. I have 42% humidity in the house right now. I turned the humidifier off about a month ago because we really haven't used the wood burner that much, maybe a few nights, but it keeps it nice and warm. I have it set up so this thermostat runs the wood burner, this thermostat runs the heat pump. This one's set at 72 degrees, and if it drops below, this is typically set to 75. My wife, kids, they all like it warm. So this is set to 75, and it'll keep it 75 as long as there's wood in there to keep it. When it drops down, this will take over at 72 degrees and keep the house 72 degrees with the heat pump, as you can maybe see. But I had an issue at first whenever it was just, I'll explain this real quick, okay? Whenever the wood burner would come on, it would trigger the heat pump to come on too, and it wasn't making any sense. So I did a bunch of research. I researched wiring diagrams, checked everything out. I was going to put a relay in because I found out what was happening was it was getting power fed to this. So I was going to put a relay in the line from the blower to here, and the blower was backfeeding it, so I thought. But what the actual what had actually happened was it was the thermostat that was, yeah, it was backfeeding through the thermostat. So the blower wires on these are hooked together at the blower, so it was allowing energy to, whenever this told the blower to come on, it was allowing energy to backflow through this to turn the heat pump on, which shouldn't happen. And I had this heat pump, or I had this thermostat from my old oil furnace, which was, this is a programmable thermostat. So I set it up for the I set it up to use it for a heat pump, and I plugged it in, and I no longer had that problem. So the issue was just with the thermostat. It was allowing voltage to backfeed. So if you ever have a problem like that, I would say try the thermostat, because it shouldn't be allowed to backfeed through it. Other than that, we went through probably 5.5 cord of wood this year. It was a pretty mild winter. It wasn't too bad, but we did have you know, the house at 75 the whole winter, and my kids open doors all the time. They just waste energy. But this is a 1/6 of a cord, and 1/6 of a cord will last a week, pretty much no matter what the temperature is outside. Even when it was down in the 20s, it would last a week. So you know, that's how I figured out how much we used, give or take 1 or 2 of these. This is about 1/6 of a cord, so that's what I was measuring by. But pretty much every Sunday we'd fill this up, and the next Sunday it would have, I don't know, a row or two of logs at the bottom, something like that. It would be close sometimes, it would be, you know, have a row or two on the bottom, but that's pretty much what I used. Thanks for watching.